Today's topic is very common and very useful.
We help you learn English through simple, real-life conversations.
Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to our English learning channel. I'm Anna, and I'm so happy to see you today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alex. Welcome. How are you feeling today? Are you ready to learn something new and interesting?
Yes, today we have a very useful topic. It's about the phrase would rather. Have you heard this before?
Would rather? I think so, but I'm not completely sure what it means.
That's okay. Many students don't understand would rather very well, but today we will explain it very clearly. It's actually very easy.
Good. I like easy lessons.
Okay, if you are new here, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We make new grammar videos every week to help you improve your English. Okay?
Yes, please subscribe. It's very easy and you will see great content.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, let's start. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, Alex. Let me ask you a simple question first.
Okay, ask me.
What would you rather do right now? Sleep or drink coffee?
I would rather drink coffee. I am very tired and I need coffee.
Perfect. So when I ask, what would you rather do, I am asking, what do you prefer, right?
Yes, exactly. I prefer coffee. Coffee is better for me right now.
Excellent. So would rather means prefer. It means you like one thing more than another thing. Let me explain this more clearly.
Good. I'm listening.
Would rather is a very common phrase in English. We use it when we want to say we prefer one thing more than another thing. Listen to the structure. Subject plus would rather plus base verb plus than plus base verb. For example, I would rather eat pizza than eat vegetables. This means I prefer eating pizza. I like pizza more than vegetables.
Base verb. What is base verb?
Good question. Base verb is the simple form of the verb. For example, eat, drink, sleep, work, play, run, walk. No S or ED, just the simple form.
Ah, I understand. So in I would rather eat pizza than eat vegetables, eat is the base verb.
Yes, exactly right. And notice something, we say eat 2 times. We say it after rather and after than.
Interesting. Why 2 times?
Good question. We say it 2 times because we want to be very clear about what we are comparing. It makes the sentence more complete. But sometimes we can skip the second verb. Listen, I would rather eat pizza than eat vegetables. But we can also say, I would rather eat pizza than vegetables. Both are correct. In the second example, we don't repeat eat. We just say vegetables.
Ah, so we can say it 2 ways?
Yes, both are natural and correct in English. Now, let me give you more examples. Example 1. I would rather go to the beach than go to the mountains. Or, I would rather go to the beach than to the mountains. Example 2. She would rather drink tea than drink coffee. Or, she would rather drink tea than coffee. Example 3. They would rather watch movies than play games. Or, they would rather watch movies than games.
I see. The pattern is very clear now.
Great. Now let me teach you something very important. Would rather is not just for 2 opposite things. We can also use it in a simple way. I would rather stay home. This means I prefer to stay home, maybe more than going out. He would rather sleep. This means he prefers to sleep.
So we don't always need than?
Exactly. Sometimes we just say what we prefer without saying what we don't prefer. It's simpler. Now, Alex, I want to teach you something very important. There are 3 different patterns with would rather, and they have different meanings. Are you ready?
3 different patterns? Oh, this is getting interesting.
Yes, it's very interesting. Listen carefully. This is important. Pattern 1. Subject plus would rather plus base verb. When you do the action. I would rather drink coffee. In this sentence, who drinks the coffee? Me. I am the person who does the action. I drink the coffee. So we use the base form of the verb, drink, not drinking or drank. More examples. I would rather eat pizza. I eat the pizza. She would rather watch movies. She watches the movies. They would rather play football. They play the football.
Okay, so when I am the person who does the action, I use the base verb.
Exactly right. Very good, Alex. Pattern 2. Subject plus would rather plus clause with past tense when someone else does the action. Now, this is different. Listen carefully. I would rather my friend didn't call me right now. In this sentence, who calls me? My friend calls me, not me. Someone else does the action. So we use the past tense, didn't call, not doesn't call or don't call.
Wait, why past tense? That's confusing.
Good question. This is why many students get confused. Listen, this is actually grammar from long ago. In modern English, we don't use the real past tense here. We use a special form called past subjunctive, but it's the same as the past tense. So we say, I would rather my friend didn't call, but we don't mean it happened in the past. We mean it now or in the future.
That's very strange, but okay.
Yes, it's strange. English grammar is sometimes strange. But you will get used to it. Listen to more examples. I would rather my mother didn't cook fish. I don't want my mother to cook fish. He would rather his sister didn't talk about that. He doesn't want his sister to talk about that. They would rather the restaurant closed earlier. They don't want the restaurant to stay open late. Do you see? In all these examples, we use the past tense, but we don't mean the past. We mean now or in the future.
Interesting. So the meaning is now or future, but the grammar is past.
Exactly. Perfect understanding. This is tricky, but you are learning it very well. Pattern 3. Subject plus would rather plus clause with past perfect when someone else already did the action in the past. Now the 3rd pattern. This is the most difficult pattern. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready. Maybe.
Don't worry, I will explain it very carefully. I would rather my friend hadn't called me yesterday. In this sentence, what happened? My friend already called me yesterday. It already happened in the past, but I didn't want it to happen. So we use the past perfect, hadn't called, not didn't call.
Okay, so if it already happened, we use past perfect?
Yes, exactly. Past perfect shows that the action already happened, but we didn't like it. We would have preferred if it didn't happen. Listen to more examples. I would rather she hadn't told him the secret. She already told him, but I didn't want her to tell him. He would rather his friend hadn't arrived so early. His friend already arrived early, but he didn't want that. They would rather the movie hadn't been so long. The movie was already long, but they would have preferred a shorter movie.
I see. So past perfect means the action already happened and we didn't like it.
Perfect! You understand very well, Alex. Now, let me compare all three patterns so you can see the difference clearly. Okay, listen very carefully. I will compare all three patterns. This is very important. Pattern 1. I do the action. Base verb. I would rather eat pizza. Structure. Subject plus would rather plus base verb. Time. Now or future. Who does the action? Me. I eat pizza. Example sentences. I would rather stay home. I stay home. She would rather study in the morning. She studies in the morning. They would rather play outside. They play outside. Pattern 2. Someone else does the action now or future. Past tense. I would rather you didn't work so hard. Structure. Subject plus would rather plus subject plus past tense verb. Time. Now or future, but the grammar is past. Who does the action? You. You work hard. Example sentences. I would rather he didn't smoke. He smokes, but I don't want this now. She would rather her brother didn't play loud music. Her brother plays loud music, but she doesn't want this now. They would rather it didn't rain tomorrow. It might rain tomorrow, but they don't want this.
So in this pattern, the action happens now or in the future, but we use past tense grammar?
Yes, exactly. This is the tricky part. The grammar is past, but the meaning is present or future.
Pattern 3. Someone else already did the action in the past. Past perfect. I would rather you hadn't told him the secret. Structure. Subject plus would rather plus subject plus past perfect verb. Time, past, already happened. Who does the action? You. You told him the secret. Example sentences. I would rather she hadn't left early. She already left. I didn't like it. He would rather his friends hadn't come late. They already came late. He didn't like it. They would rather they hadn't spent so much money. They already spent money. They didn't like it.
Okay, so this one is easy to understand because it really is past. The action already happened.
Yes, this pattern is the easiest to understand because the real past time matches the grammar.
Now, let me give you some real conversations. These are situations you will hear and use in real English. Conversation 1. Morning in the office. Boss, can you work this weekend? Employee, I would rather not work this weekend. I have family plans. Boss, okay, that's fine. In this example, I would rather not work means the employee prefers not to work. It's about now. The employee doesn't want to work.
So would rather not means we don't prefer something?
Yes, exactly. We can say, I would rather not when we don't want something. Conversation 2. Parents and children. Mother, do you want to eat vegetables? Child, no, I would rather eat pizza. Mother, well, I would rather you ate vegetables. It's healthy. Child, but Mom! Look at what the mother said. I would rather you ate vegetables. This is pattern 2. The mother wants the child to eat vegetables. The action, eating vegetables, is in the future, but she uses past tense, ate.
Right. The child eats vegetables in the future, but she says ate.
Perfect. You understand. Conversation 3. Friends talking about a past event. Friend 1. I went to the party yesterday, but it was very boring. Friend 2. I would rather you hadn't gone to that party. You could have come to my house. Friend 1. Oh, why didn't you tell me? In this example, friend 2 uses pattern 3. I would rather you hadn't gone to that party. The friend already went to the party. It already happened, so we use past perfect hadn't gone.
So this is talking about something that already happened?
Yes, exactly right. Conversation 4 at a restaurant. Waiter, do you want spicy food? Customer, no, I would rather have mild food. I don't like spicy food. Waiter, okay, I will bring you mild food. This is pattern 1. The customer will eat the food, so we use the base verb have.
Simple. I like this one.
Conversation 5. Planning a vacation. Person A, let's go to the beach on vacation. Person B, I would rather go to the mountains. Person A, but I would rather you didn't spend so much money on accommodation in the mountains. Person B, what do you mean? Person A, mountains are more expensive. I would rather we went to the beach. It's cheaper. In this conversation, we have both pattern 1 and pattern 2. Person B says, I would rather go to the mountains, pattern 1, he does the action, but person A says, I would rather you didn't spend so much money, pattern 2, the other person does the action.
So in one conversation, we can use different patterns?
Yes, in real conversations, we use different patterns depending on who does the action.
Anna, can you tell us about common mistakes? I want to be careful.
Of course, this is very helpful. Let me tell you the most common mistakes I hear from students. Mistake 1. Using present tense when you should use past tense in pattern 2. Wrong. I would rather you don't work so hard. Correct. I would rather you didn't work so hard. Remember, in pattern 2, we use past tense, not present tense. Mistake 2. Forgetting the second subject in pattern 2 and 3. Wrong. I would rather didn't work so hard. Correct. I would rather you didn't work so hard. Remember, in pattern 2 and 3, we need 2 subjects. The first subject is I, and the second subject is you or someone else.
Oh, so we always need 2 subjects in pattern 2 and 3?
Yes, if you look at the sentence structure, I would rather you didn't work so hard. First subject, I. Second subject, you. Both subjects are important. Mistake 3. Using wrong form of the verb in pattern 1. Wrong. I would rather eating pizza. Correct. I would rather eat pizza. Wrong. I would rather to eat pizza. Correct. I would rather eat pizza. Remember, after would rather, we use the base verb, not eating or to eat. Just eat.
So no ing form and no to?
Correct. Just the base verb. Mistake 4. Confusing past perfect with past tense. Wrong. If talking about past, I would rather you didn't eat my food yesterday. Correct if talking about past, I would rather you hadn't eaten my food yesterday. Remember, pattern 2 is for present or future. I would rather you didn't eat my food. Now, pattern 3 is for past. I would rather you hadn't eaten my food yesterday.
So it depends on the time?
Yes. If it's past, use past perfect. If it's present or future, use past tense. Mistake 5. Wrong word order in questions. Wrong. Would rather you go home? Correct. Would you rather go home? Remember, in questions, we change the word order. Statement, I would rather go home. Question, would you rather go home? Now, let me teach you about informal ways to say would rather. In real English, people use contractions. Contractions. Would rather equals I'd rather. We usually don't say would've rather, but in speaking it sounds like I'd rather. Examples. I'd rather eat pizza. I'd rather eat pizza. She'd rather you didn't talk. She'd rather you didn't talk.
So we write would rather, but say would short?
Yes. In speaking, we say it very quickly. I'd rather sounds like I'd plus rather equals it'er rather.
That's fast.
Yes, but when you write, you can write I would rather or I'd rather. Both are correct. Now let me teach you about the negative form. What if you want to say the opposite? Pattern 1 negative. Would rather not plus base verb. I would rather not eat vegetables, meaning I don't want to eat vegetables. I prefer not to eat them. Example, I would rather not work on weekends. She would rather not study today. Pattern 2 negative. This pattern is already negative in meaning. I would rather you didn't call me. This already means the negative. We don't add not, we just use the past tense to show we don't want it.
So pattern 2 is already negative?
Yes, the meaning is negative. We don't want the other person to do something. Pattern 3 negative, also already negative. I would rather you hadn't left early. This means we didn't want the person to leave. The meaning is negative. Okay, now let me practice with you. Are you ready?
Ready.
Question 1. What would you rather do right now? Sleep or learn English? Think about this. Pause the video and answer. You can say, I would rather blank. An example answer is, I would rather learn English. It's interesting. Or, I would rather sleep. I'm very tired. Both are good answers. Question 2. What would you rather eat? Pizza or rice? Think about your preference. Pause and answer.
I would rather eat pizza. Pizza is delicious. What about you, Anna?
I would rather eat both. I love both pizza and rice. Question 3. In your family, what would your mother rather you do? Think about this. For example, my mother would rather I studied hard, or my mother would rather I didn't watch so much TV. In my family, my mother would rather I didn't work so hard. She says I need more rest.
That's sweet. Your mother cares about you.
Question 4. What is something you would rather someone hadn't done? This uses pattern 3. Think about the past. For example, I would rather my friend hadn't forgotten my birthday. Pause and think.
I would rather my colleague hadn't eaten my lunch. That was very annoying.
Oh no, that's terrible. I understand your feeling. Now, let me repeat the key phrases very slowly. Please listen and repeat after me. Key phrase 1. I would rather stay home. Repeat slowly. I would rather stay home. Meaning, I prefer to stay home. I do the action. Key phrase 2. I would rather you didn't work so hard. Repeat slowly. I would rather you didn't work so hard. Meaning, I don't want you to work so hard. You do the action, now or future. Key phrase 3. I would rather you hadn't left early. Repeat slowly. I would rather you hadn't left early. Meaning, I didn't want you to leave early. You already left in the past. Key phrase 4. Would you rather go home or stay? Repeat slowly. Would you rather go home or stay? Meaning, what do you prefer? Key phrase 5. I'd rather not eat vegetables. Repeat slowly. I'd rather not eat vegetables. Meaning, I don't want to eat vegetables. Using contraction, I'd. Key phrase 6. They would rather the movie didn't start so late. Repeat slowly. They would rather the movie didn't start so late. Meaning, they don't want the movie to start late. Someone else, the movie, does the action. Let me give you a quick summary of the important rules. This is for you to remember. Rule 1. Pattern 1. I do the action. Structure. Subject plus would rather plus base verb. Example. I would rather eat pizza. The verb is the simple form. Eat, drink, sleep, run. Rule 2. Pattern 2. Someone else does the action now or future. Structure. Subject plus would rather plus subject plus past tense. Example. I would rather you didn't work. We use past tense, but it means now or future. Rule 3. Pattern 3. Someone else already did the action in past. Structure. Subject plus would rather plus subject plus past perfect. Example. I would rather you hadn't left. We use past perfect because it really is past. Rule 4. Base verb is always used in pattern 1. Correct. I would rather eat. Wrong. I would rather eating. Wrong. I would rather to eat. Rule 5. Two subjects in pattern 2 and 3. Correct. I would rather you didn't go. Two subjects, I, you. Wrong. I would rather didn't go. Missing second subject. Let me give you some more examples from daily life. Example 1. At school. Teacher. Would you rather do homework now or do it tomorrow? Student. I would rather do it tomorrow. Example 2. Family dinner. Mother. I would rather you ate more vegetables. Child. But Mom, I don't like vegetables. Example 3. Friends planning. Friend A. I would rather go to the cinema. Friend B. I would rather you didn't spend so much money. Let's go to the park instead. It's free. Example 4. Work situation. Boss. I would rather you didn't come late next time. Employee. I'm sorry, I will come on time. Example 5. Past regret. Person A. I went to that party alone yesterday. Person B. I would rather you hadn't gone alone. You should have called me.
These examples are very real. I can use them in my daily life.
Yes, that's the goal. These are things people actually say. Now, before we finish, I want to compare would rather with another similar word, prefer. Prefer. I prefer pizza equals I like pizza more. I prefer to eat pizza equals I like to eat pizza more. I prefer pizza to vegetables equals I like pizza more than vegetables. Would rather. I would rather eat pizza equals I prefer to eat pizza.
Are they the same?
They are similar, but there are small differences in how we use them. Prefer is more formal. Would rather is more common in everyday speaking, but they can mean the same thing. For example, I prefer pizza and I would rather eat pizza mean almost the same. I prefer not to work and I would rather not work mean almost the same. But remember, with prefer, we can't use the patterns with other people doing actions. We can only say, I prefer that you don't work. This needs that. But with would rather, we can say, I would rather you didn't work. We don't need that. Okay, we have learned so much today. I'm very proud of you, Alex.
Thank you, Anna. This was very helpful. I understand would rather now.
Excellent. Now, I have a question for you, our wonderful viewers.
Yes, what is the question?
Tell us in the comments, what would you rather do on weekends? Would you rather go out with friends or stay home and relax?
Yes, tell us in the comments. We love reading your answers. It's fun.
And tell us, is there something you would rather someone hadn't done? We want to hear your stories.
Yes, tell us your stories. We read all the comments.
And if you enjoyed this lesson, please like the video.
Yes, like us. It helps a lot.
And please subscribe to our channel. We make new grammar videos every week.
Yes, new videos every week. Don't miss them.
Thank you so much for watching. You are amazing.
Thank you. See you next time.
Goodbye. Keep learning English. We would rather you come back next week.
Perfect. See you next week.
See you in the next video.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep learning. Keep practicing.